The Indian-American vote could be critical in this election coming up. In all the battleground states, this vote is greater than the smallest projected margin of victory. So in a close finish, this vote among more than 5 million Indian Americans in the US could very well decide who gets into the White House. The vote is divided, but not evenly. The Carnegie Center said in a report published on the eve of the election that Democrats still command the majority of the Indian vote, but that this majority is diminishing as the Trump camp gains ground. Both sides are, of course, campaigning very hard. The Democrats are understandably excited, particularly because the candidate they are campaigning for happens to be an Indian American.
This is an incredible opportunity for the South Asian American diaspora here in America to elect the first South Asian American woman president. It really changes for our community here what is possible. We can now, tune in and see a presidential candidate and hopefully president who looks like us. It helps us reimagine what the American dream is and that it's achievable and reachable for our communities. But more than that, what is really important is that she has a policy agenda. She has a vision and the values for this country that very much align with our communities.
The Trump team believes Kamala Harris is running down her Indian and her Hindu roots. The Democrats see otherwise.
Simply put, she has never once gone into any real substance about her background that is of Indian origin. I just saw a campaign commercial where she talked about how her mom is brown. Never once is India mentioned, or Indian origin is mentioned, or Indian is mentioned. In her CNN town hall that she had recently, she doesn't talk about her Hindu heritage whatsoever.
Trump and his team are known for one thing and one thing only: lying, hate, and division. And that's what that's about. I mean, look, the vice president has always acknowledged the role of her Indian American heritage and her mother in her upbringing and how it informs her worldview and the policies and who she fights for and how she's fighting to take America forward.
The debate rages over the India policy of the two candidates. The Trump team sees him as very close to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and therefore argues that he will be better for ties with India. The Democrats insist that Kamala Harris is equally emphatic in building close ties with India, and she would, were she to be elected.
President Trump, on the other hand, is very close to Prime Minister Modi. He has spoken very well of him. They get along very well. They have an excellent chemistry and relationship. You might remember how the Modi was very, very fabulous. He had over 100,000 attendees when Prime Minister Modi brought Trump to Ahmedabad. He was received very well amongst the Indian population. And we know that Trump is not interested in the internal affairs of other countries. He's not going to try to influence India and what happens there. And I think he's going to be very helpful for Indo-US relations.
When it comes to US-India relationships, the vice president has a strong record of lifting up that relationship. This is an important strategic relationship for the United States. And then, of course, you see things from the former president, rather, around immigration, around demonizing, H-1B visa holders, etc. And you realize that, he doesn't really prioritize a strong U.S. and India relationship at all.
An ideological difference sits at the heart of this divide. The Democrats claim Harris from within a larger South Asian fold. On the Trump side, it is more a Hindu emphatic claim. These claims will, of course, be tested against the delivery from the new president, whoever that is.
Thanks for tuning in to CNBC TV 18, and for more news and updates, follow us on all the social media platforms.